The little boy's voice trembled as he stared at the golden fries on a stranger's plate. "Can we share your fries, sir?" The entire cafe fell silent. His mother froze in horror, her cheeks burning as every head turned toward them. She had no idea that the man she had just embarrassed herself in front of owned half the buildings on the street and more wealth than she could ever imagine. Maya had not planned for this moment. She hadn't planned for any of this life, really. 5 years ago, she'd been finishing college with dreams of becoming a graphic designer, traveling the world, and building a life that felt limitless. Then love had come fast and left even faster. By the time she realized she was pregnant, the man she trusted was already gone. No calls, no explanations, no support. Just silence. Since then, every dream she once had been traded for survival. This morning had been especially hard. The daycare fee was overdue. Her landlord had slipped a final notice under the door. Her phone buzzed with another rejection email for a job she prayed for every night. Still, she smiled for her 5-year-old son, Leo, because that's what mothers did. They hid storms behind sunshine. The cafe wasn't a luxury. It was the cheapest place she could find where she could use the free Wi-Fi to apply for jobs while Leo colored quietly beside her. She'd ordered one small coffee and a single side of fries to split between them. It wasn't enough, but she told herself it would hold them until dinner. Then Leo saw the man at the next table. His plate was full, burger stacked high, fries spilling onto the plate, a chocolate milkshake sweating beside it. Leo's eyes lit up with innocent hunger. Before Maya could stop him, the words escaped his lips. "Can we share your fries, sir?" The man looked up slowly. He was in his late 30s, wearing a simple gray sweater and glasses. Nothing about him screamed wealth. He looked tired, the kind of tired that came from long nights and heavy thoughts. For a split second, Maya's heart dropped into her stomach, expecting anger or disgust. "I'm so sorry," she rushed in, pulling Leo close. "He didn't mean, well, I mean, he did, but please forgive us. We didn't mean to bother you." The cafe held its breath. Then the man smiled. "Of course you can," he said softly. "But only if you both share them with me." Leo's face lit up like it was Christmas morning. Maya stood frozen, stunned by the kindness she hadn't expected. Slowly, she nodded and sat down across from him. They introduced themselves between shy smiles and nervous bites of fries. His name was Ethan. He asked gentle questions, nothing too personal. Maya told him she was a single mom, that she was looking for work, that she was trying to build a better life for her son. She didn't tell him everything. Some pain didn't fit into casual conversation. When they finished, Ethan paid the bill for all of it before Maya could protest. He even added a slice of cake, for Leo's bravery, he joked. As they stood to leave, Maya thanked him with tears in her eyes. "Today was harder than you'll ever know," she said. Ethan looked at her for a long moment before replying. Sometimes the smallest kindness changes everything. They parted ways, or so Maya thought. 3 days later, she received an email that made her hands shake. It was an invitation for an in-person interview at one of the city's top creative firms, the kind she'd assumed would never even glance at her resume. The name at the bottom of the email stopped her cold. Ethan Carter, CEO. The same Ethan. The cafe Ethan. She nearly didn't go. Fear told her she didn't belong in a room full of polished professionals and glass walls. But Leo hugged her leg that morning and said, "You have to try, Mommy. You're brave like the fry man." So she went. The interview was brutal. 5 executives. A rapid-fire test of skills. A portfolio review that made her sweat through her blazer. Maya stumbled over some answers, but when they asked her why she had gaps in her work history, she told the truth. "I was raising a child alone," she said quietly. "I didn't have the luxury of choosing perfect opportunities. I took what I could so we could eat." Ethan watched her closely from across the table. His expression didn't change, but something shifted in his eyes. 2 days later, she got the call. She had the job. The salary was more money than Maya had ever seen in her life. Enough to pay off debt. Enough to breathe. Enough to dream again. She cried so hard she had to sit on the floor. The challenges didn't magically disappear. Her first weeks at work were overwhelming. She doubted herself constantly. Some coworkers whispered about how she got lucky. She worked late nights after putting Leo to bed, terrified of making a mistake that would prove everyone right. When Leo got sick one week and she had to miss work, panic ate at her. She expected disappointment, termination, judgment. Instead, Ethan called her personally. Family comes first, he said. Always. Months passed. Maya grew stronger, more confident. Her work spoke for itself. Promotions followed. The landlord's final notice became a memory. Leo moved into a brighter bedroom with walls painted blue instead of cracked white. For the first time in years, Maya slept without fear. One afternoon, during a company charity event, Maya finally learned the full truth. She stood on a balcony overlooking the city when she overheard two executives talking. "Do you know how much Carter's worth now?" One asked. "Billions," the other replied. "He could retire tomorrow and never touch the principal." Maya's breath caught in her throat. Billionaire. That night, she confronted him gently. "You never told me who you really were." Ethan smiled sadly. "You never asked. Why help us?" She whispered. "You didn't know me." He looked out at the city lights. "Years ago, when I had nothing, I asked a stranger for a sandwich. He gave me half his lunch and told me not to be ashamed of needing help. That moment saved me. I promised myself I'd do the same someday." Tears streamed down Maya's face. Life tested him again when Leo was diagnosed with a heart condition that required surgery. Fear returned like a storm. Hospital bills piled up. Maya's hands shook as she signed papers she didn't understand. Ethan covered every expense without hesitation. "This is what family does," he said. After the surgery, as Leo slept peacefully in recovery, he reached for Ethan's hand and whispered, "Thank you for the fries." Ethan broke down. Years later, Maya would often think about that first day in the cafe. About how close she had been to choosing silence over courage. How one small, desperate question from a hungry child rewrote the course of their lives. She had started as a single mother with nothing but fear and love. She became a woman who learned that kindness doesn't ask for permission, and help doesn't always come dressed like a miracle. Sometimes, it looks like a plate of fries shared between strangers. And sometimes, the greatest wealth in the world begins with the simplest human question: can we share?